buddy.
Hello, everyone. How are y'all this afternoon?
I sure hope everyone's doing good.
Me too. I'm so happy to see Coco today.
We are super stoked to have our Coco with us.
Yay.
That's right.
She's
great
back.
Hello, Leslie and Suzanne.
Hello, ladies. How are y'all this afternoon? We're so happy that you're here.
Suzanne, I got your email. I'll be replying to you tomorrow.
Yay.
But yes, it is so good to see you guys. I am in a great mood.
Oh,
she's
Leslie
my
finished
makeup part
a
out of the way.
bunny.
It's good to see you.
Awesome. I love bunnies.
When
I
you
do
lowered
too.
yourself, I just had an instant
Flashbacks.
flashback. Boom.
This one was on purpose, though.
You're welcome.
Oh, my goodness.
Not a problem. I'm glad I got your email, though. Yes. Hello,
Hello,
Jen.
DK, sweetie.
Hello, hello.
It is good to see you. I am very happy to see a happy hat raid. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
There will not be a Granny D raid because Granny D went out to dinner with her brother and her daughter. So
That's
we are
exciting.
very happy for that.
That's right.
Love that she got to spend some time with family.
Yep.
That's right.
So that's awesome. So instead, we will go ahead and what is it just say? Here we go. Welcome, readers.
Yes, welcome in, welcome in.
We appreciate you guys being here. So we just have to wait for people to matriculate. But hello, Laura.
Hello, Laura, sweetie. I hope you're feeling better today, sweetheart. And hello, Amy.
It is good to see you. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Cat thing. Hi, Candy.
Hello, Candy.
Hello.
And Jennifer is using scrap yarn to make worry worms. Worry worms today. Try saying that okay, never
Try saying
mind.
that.
3 times fast.
Worry worms. It's all good.
Yeah. I'm going to take a drink.
I keep meaning to make some of those, but I keep forgetting.
I can't say it with her accent, though. And now she's over there going, worry worms. No.
Hello, Michelle. How are you, sweetie?
Hi, Michelle.
Hello, hello.
Yes, and Michelle was a good girl today. Great blood sugar. Very proud of her.
Awesome.
Yay.
She's doing good with her diabetes. Very, very proud of her.
That's awesome.
She's a good girl today. It is a good thing. But I hope everyone's doing well. If we don't have a full house, it's okay.
That's right.
Look at you biking this week.
Ooh.
Oh, my goodness. I am so happy for you, sweetie. I bet you've been enjoying that.
I don't even own a bike.
Well,
I do.
Do you?
I own one.
That I would pay to see.
Oh, now, wait a minute. Specify, Froggy. Specify here.
I have a stationary exercise bike.
Oh, okay. Sounds a little safer.
It is much safer. So it is currently 81 degrees or 27 degrees Celsius where I am. Needless to say, I'm inside.
It is 92 degrees here, and that's all I'm going to say.
Well, I'm inside, and I've got Maureen's weather.
Leslie says, me neither. Had a mountain bike before we moved back to California. Oh.
Well, I used to have a 10-speed, but, blind people on a bicycle, come on.
Yeah.
I don't think I could manage my cane with it.
I got a bike to ride with Warren when he learned how to ride a bike, and I thought, man, this is going to be great. He and I are going to get out there and ride the neighborhood together. I'll get some exercise in, and everything. But guys, my caboose has widened since last time I was on a bike. And that seat was just a little bit uncomfortable.
Hi, Kelly. Welcome
So
in.
I didn't do much bike riding. In fact, it's still sitting at the house.
I just did
Oh,
some
she said
converting.
she
It's
has-
75 here.
Ooh,
Ooh,
I want your weather.
Summer's coming.
you have better
Yes,
weather
it
than I
is.
do.
Yes. Hello, Kelly. How are you? Thank you for joining us.
Hopefully today will be fun for you guys.
I hope so.
Just-
Yes.
If you want to, you can grab a notepad and a pen and maybe write down some of the hacks. Or you can always save this video for later and refer back to it,
That's
Yep.
right.
because we have some hacks for you. Hopefully you'll like them. I don't know. I know some of them you're not going to like.
No, because we've mentioned them before.
We have. So I guess I'll start us off with number 1, make a swatch to check for gauge. My very first hack for you guys is make a swatch for gauge. I know how much you love making swatches, everyone. Yeah. That's what y'all hate. Thank you so much, Michelle. Really, on a bike.
Oh, wow.
He was okay,
Cool.
but he ran into someone. He was too busy looking at you that he ran into someone else.
That's right.
That's funny.
That
And
is.
just another quick note with the swatching. It's good to get your gauge and whatever, but sometimes when I'm not feeling inspired, I'll just swatch different random stitches, and sometimes it'll
Yes.
inspire me. Oh, that'd be a good stitch for this. Let me make this.
Exactly. Exactly. I love
Good
that.
tip.
And you can collect all your swatches and sew them into a blanket.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
It's 56 where Jen is. I wish I had that weather.
Ooh,
Oh, me too, man. Me too.
I love
very
that.
cool.
So whichever one of you wants to go next with the next hack, help yourselves.
Okay, I guess we'll go like around like that. So that would make me next. We'll go with block your project. Obviously, depending what you're making, but blocking definitely makes it look nicer.
It
Oh,
makes it
yes.
look more professional, and it opens your stitches up. It really does. You can even block acrylic. Of course, I would steam block acrylic, but it really opens it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And if you're gonna block your swatch also.
Yes.
Yes.
I
That
do
way
block
you
my
know.
swatch.
That way you know how the stitches are going to open up and what it's going to look like.
Yep.
It makes a difference.
Yes,
I mean, it looks far more professional.
Yeah.
And
Well,
more-
I'm going with the next one, and that is just a second. Let me bring myself back up. Get a notebook or a journal, folks. And I don't care if you are doing somebody else's project or if you're a content creator and you're making your own project. It really is a good idea when you're hello, Rita, little sister,
Rita.
how are you doing? It's a good idea to keep a log of your projects. Write down what you liked about the pattern. I normally, especially if it's somebody else's, I write the name of the pattern, who the designer is, even the date. I mean, if nothing else, you're like 9/25. That lets me know that I did it in September 2025. If it was a tutorial off a YouTube channel, I'll write that down. But I'll make myself some notes in that what I liked about the pattern. Maybe I had to alter something for myself. Maybe I used, I do not like chaining. Like whenever you turn, if you're doing something in rows and it says chain 3, I don't like that. So I'll normally do either a standing double crochet, or I'll just go right into making, say, a double crochet if that's what the stitch is supposed to be. And so I'll make myself a note that that's what I did. Or I'll even write down, if they said to use red, white, and blue, well, I decided to use brown, green, and purple. You know what I mean? It's really good to keep a log of what it is that you have done with your projects. And especially is a really good idea if you're doing a make for me, grandkids. You know, like I did this for grandkid number one. This was the size I did. This was the size they were at. This is what I had to alter, maybe because, you know, they're taller than the normal 6-7-year-old. So I had to add an extra couple of rows. Maybe they're shorter. They didn't want it as long. You know, just different things like that so that you can keep up with not only what you've done, but guys, it really is awesome, especially if you keep track just for 1 year of all the items you have made.
Yeah, it's also a great mid-project. Jot down your hook size that you're using, the colorway, the brand of yarn, everything. And if you're a pattern writer, while you're designing, you can, it'll be easier to figure out what you did to write your pattern after if you just jot down, okay, on this row I did this, this, this. Okay, continue to the next one.
It makes a huge difference because if you make changes, you've got that written there. Your hook size is written there, especially if it's different from the pattern.
That's right.
You've got, you know, what if you misplace your hook? You can go right there and see. I used a clover, you know, eye hook, you know, or clover 5.5 millimeter. It makes a big difference if it's in a notebook, and it's very helpful, especially to me, because I will write down, you know, the yarn and the dye lot number.
Yes.
So if I run out, I need that dye lot number. It makes just a huge difference. So, Dawn, it is so good to see you. Thank you for popping in.
Hello, Mima Dawn.
Kelly said,
you and me both. Thank you, Jen.
Kelly said, I got one of those little boards with the pegs for my squares, and it was a game changer. Now I want a larger one. Suzanne said, I've been making sweaters, 4 pieces. I blocked them before putting them together. That's awesome.
Good
Leslie
girl.
said, I'm watching a tutorial. I'll watch, then go back and take notes before I start whatever it is and refer to the video as needed. Jen, I would get lost if you saw my notes. Yeah, you haven't seen mine.
I keep meaning to get like a binder and like have tabs for like sweaters, towels, stuff like that. So it's easier, but like, yeah, that's probably never going to happen.
Dawn,
I'm me.
I am very proud of you for swatching.
I know. I saw her say that the other day in a live. She said, you'd be so proud. I did a swatch.
It makes a huge difference.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Project. And as you see, Dawn, it made a difference. Next, I would, there's a series of things I think you should learn. And you should learn the magic circle. It will make your holes close up very tight. Hi, Sherry.
Hello, Sherry, sweetheart. Glad you're here with us.
I don't know if Coco's set up for overhead, but I would love you to see the way she does hers.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I just use a slip knot.
Coco
yeah, makes a slip,
I know. So
but I've been trying
Coco,
to do that method and I can't get it to close, so I don't know what I'm doing.
She's making the slip knot, okay, but she's working into the slip knot. There's your slip knot.
Oh.
And then I just pull the tail and it tightens it up.
Yep. So you pull. So there it is. I really think you guys should learn the magic circle. It is a game changer. So take your time to learn the magic circle. Now, the next one I can demonstrate on camera whenever Coco tells about it.
Yeah, it would be learn the magic knot. And my brain just went blank on this one. I cannot remember what the heck that is.
So, for those of you that don't know, when you change yarns, and you need to add a new yarn, you need to do the magic knot. So, to do the magic knot, you take one yarn and you come over here and you literally just tie it around. Just one, just an overhand knot. That's it. It's an overhand knot all the way around. And I overhand knotted it just like that. And then I'm going to take this yarn and I'm going to overhand knot it on the blue. So I'm going over it, around it, and through. So I overhand knotted it on the blue. Then you take and you pull them tightly, and then these ends here, you can take a pair of scissors and you can cut them as close as you want to that knot. I would actually cut them closer than that, but you can do them as close to that knot as you want, and it's not coming undone. That is the magic knot. So I would do that when joining a new yarn.
Yes. The second you started tying a knot, I'm like, oh yeah, my brain.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yes, the magic knot is a game changer when you're trying to join a new yarn onto the existing yarn that you're using. And it really is very tiny. It is very, very tiny. So yes, I have done. I prefer the magic knot. And I've also done the Russian join.
Yes.
I usually do a Russian join when it is wool yarn, but that's another thing to do. So on to Maureen.
I usually use a square knot, but that's what it's called in carpentry. I don't know the crochet version of it, but it's like you over and then under, like you do the reverse.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. That is a square knot.
Okay.
In crochet.
Okay, cool.
Okay, Maureen.
Transferable.
I thought it was Coco.
No, she did the knot thing.
Yeah, she demonstrated, but I announced it like a big girl.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because I think it's simpler, Dawn. Because I think it's simpler, Dawn, and I've been using it longer. That's the only reason.
Well, I am a big supporter of learning the foundation stitches, using how to do the foundation single, half double, and double. Because folks, if you're going to do a big project like a blanket or a cardigan that is, front and back piece done together, chaining and then going back for that first row, to me, anything over 50, 60 stitches, I'm going to go to the foundation chain every single time. And the best way to learn that is just to sit down and practice it. And there are lots of tutorials out there that in which you can watch and learn how to do it. And folks, I'm not kidding you. Once you learn how to do that, I mean,
TFF did a tutorial on it too.
Yeah.
It's a
it
big
took me a minute to learn it, but once I did, I won't go back. Yeah, and not just for large projects. It's like anything where you need some give. It's got more stretchiness than the chain also for like the bottom of a sweater or anything.
Yes, oh, yes.
Yes, Suzanne.
Most definitely.
Hey, Dan.
Hi, Daniel.
Hey, Dan.
Suzanne is correct. You go over on one side and under on the other, and the knot goes exactly where you want it.
That's right. Yep. That's right.
Oh, Jen, I always have to look it up every time I go to do it. But I really don't do it very much. Yeah, I don't know why I don't. I makes no sense. I could do it. I love the foundation stitches, and I normally do those whenever I can.
Right.
That's just what I love to do.
Now, one little tip I will tell you, and it works, and it works best for me, is the only thing that I find with the foundation stitches is that it is going to be a little more loose than what you're probably used to if you were to chain and then go back and do your first row. So what I always do is I go down one hook size when I'm doing a foundation chain, and then when I get that row done, then I will turn right over and pick up the crochet hook I want for my project, and I'm good to go. But that's for me. So some of you,
I'm pretty consistent with my tension, but again, a swatch will tell you if you need to do that or not.
That's right. That's right.
Everything comes back to the swatch.
Everything.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Hello, Divergent. How are you, sweetheart?
Hello.
The next thing I think you should learn is the standing double crochet. I find it much better than chaining 3. It doesn't bend out. It doesn't like curve out with like your chain 3 does. So
well, the other thing the other reason why, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but the other reason why I like doing the standing double is because if you're going to have to seam, put two edges together, that gives you a lot more structure whenever you're putting your seams, and it doesn't create those holes or gaps. So that's the reason why I do it.
Absolutely.
I always forget how when I want to use it, and I'm too lazy sometimes to look it up. So what I'll do sometimes in lieu of that is the how's it called? It's like the 2 double crochets that are like stuck together. What's that called?
A cluster?
No.
Well, 2 double crochets together.
No, but it's like it looks like one. It's like no separation at all. There's a term for it. I can't remember.
Huh. I don't guess I've seen that stitch then.
I don't know. Does anybody stack double?
Stack double?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I just stack single.
Yeah, it's like instead of going into the chain, you go into the bottom stitch of the chain 3.
Oh.
And then but it's like attached. It's a joined double. A joined double.
Okay.
Joined double.
Okay.
Yeah. That's cool. I like that. I just, sometimes I'll just do one single on top of the other.
Mm-hmm.
And it works. But I love doing it. I don't like doing a chain 3. I can't remember the last time I did a chain 3.
Right.
Nothing bothers me more than that little gap. I'm like, oh, my OCD kicks in overdrive.
Yes.
And that's the reason why I don't do it. Yep.
I don't remember the last time I did it. That's pretty bad.
There's nothing wrong with doing the chain 3, folks. There really isn't. But as you get into crocheting and wanting to refine your projects and stuff, you're going to find that there are other ways of starting a new row other than just that chain 3. Especially, like I said, for me, if I'm going to have to put 2 pieces together, I just like a little bit more stability.
Yes.
And like Coco says, that gap that's created whenever you stitch those together, I don't like them.
Yeah, it gives you like one thread to join with. It's like,
yeah.
And if you really don't want to, the other option is like Crystal always does, is just the chain 1 double crochet.
Right.
It'll just be an elongated.
I do
chain.
that a lot too.
Yeah.
And it works. I've done that quite often.
That's right.
Jen does follow the pattern. Bless your heart.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next.
All right. And next is learn how to read charts. I know it sounds daunting. I personally love charts. I'm a visual person. My ADHD cannot read this big cluster of acronyms and schnut and know where I'm at. So that chart, you can visually see exactly what you're doing. And oh my God, I love them.
Reading charts.
An episode on like the diagrams and how to read them.
Reading charts is a game changer. If you can read charts, you can read patterns from around the world. You can read some of the beautiful Japanese patterns. And Pinterest has thousands, millions of charted patterns.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
You would be stunned. There are so many charted patterns on Pinterest.
Yeah.
But
and you kind of have a visual of what it's going to look like too before you even start.
Yes.
That's right. That's another reason why I love charts.
I love charts. Now I cannot read charts anymore because of the visual impairment, but this girl loved charts before. And yes, it's a rabbit hole. But I loved the beautiful Japanese patterns you could do.
Yes.
Some of theirs are just so intriguing and gorgeous, and they were awesome. I do agree, Divergent. Now, it doesn't help me anymore, but I think they're beautiful patterns.
Yeah.
Well, for me, many times, and I especially love when I can get a pattern that has the chart to go along with the written text, because sometimes, number one, I don't understand the written text, what it is they want me to do, how it's supposed to fall. So if I have the chart, then I can go and look at it and say, oh, I know what they're saying. And sometimes, I mean, as many times as pattern writers have their work critiqued by multiple people, every once in a while, folks, a mistake is made. But and if the row itself is not working out the way it's supposed to, you can go to the chart and see where the mistake was made. Yes. And go from there. So I love having charts with patterns. Now, for my own patterns, I can't do charts. I have tried playing with one or two programs. I can't do it. So, yeah, see,
we'll get there.
Little Miss Optimistic down there. Maureen hasn't figured out how to do the charts yet with the program, but
we will get there.
Yeah. I know how to do them. I just can't make them look as nice as the ones you find.
Oh,
right. So I haven't included those yet, but
the chart helps me knowing what stitch to put the next one into. So I like those.
Exactly.
Exactly, Dawn. I miss being able to read them because the lines all squiggle in my vision. So I don't see any straight lines. So it does cause me issue, unfortunately. And even blowing it up, the chart doesn't help.
And a lot of them are pretty bad resolution anyway, so it'll just be like a big blurry blob on your screen. If you blow
that's
it up.
right. It would be.
It is. So that unfortunately doesn't work. But yeah, there's a couple different programs, Divergent.
Yes.
And we're working. She'll get it eventually. She's not tech savvy. That's the issue.
Yeah.
We love her anyway. Next one, Maureen.
Now, I mean, a lot of y'all know this, but especially for those of you that are just learning to crochet, free tutorials out there on YouTube like crazy. I mean, find someone that you really enjoy listening to. And by watching the tutorial, especially if you're wanting to learn a new stitch, visually seeing someone do the stitch and practicing it gives you more information in your toolbox. But, there are many, many folks who have created designs, but they don't have a written pattern. So all they share with you is, excuse me, how to create it. So be supportive of those folks. Watch their tutorials and create. And when you do create something, look to see if they have a Facebook page. Go and take a picture and load it up on there and say, this is what I made from so-and-so's pattern. I'm going to use myself as an example. Many of you have done several of my hat patterns, but you haven't posted them on my Facebook page. I would like to know what color you chose. Did you do something different, something that maybe I didn't see that, would be enjoyable? So share, if you can, whenever you've done a free tutorial from someone, go and look, like I said, their Instagram, their Facebook, wherever they have a social media presence. Yes. Mm-hmm. Share what it is that you've done.
And that's what I was going to say. Don't forget the crochet alongs, and do not discount the foreign language speakers, because YouTube has rolled out auto dubbing.
That's right.
It will be translated into English. They are adding new languages every week. So
yes, they are.
The closed captioning, and it will be across there. Yes, even in crochet speak.
That's right.
Yeah, and just like if you're like there's tutorials with all kinds of different crocheters too. So if you're a knife holder and you need to see it as a knife holder, if you're a pen holder and you need to, if you're left-handed, you can find left-handed tutorials.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
There you go, Meemaw Dawn. She says, I sent an email because she doesn't do Facebook. So, hey, that's great as well. If you can find the email to that person, send it to them, because they will love to see what it is that you're making.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right. When you are going, and if you don't use the foundation stitch, And you're going to do a chain, and you're going to crochet into the chain, crochet into the back bump. It makes for a more polished finish. So always crochet into the back bump. I know it's a little more fiddly, but it gives you a much nicer edge. So
yes, it does.
For the chain. I'm blind and I do it, and it is fiddly, but I do it.
Yeah, and it's not just a thinner edge too; it's a more solid edge.
Yes, because I was going to say, if you're going to add fringe to a scarf, you know, not only do you have that more solid edge, but I found when in the very beginning, I mean, you know, long time ago, that whenever I would go to put my yarn pieces in there to make my fringe, I was making a bigger hole there, you know, until I found, or someone recommended to me, wasn't Grana, but recommended to me working in that back bump. And oh my goodness, that was such a big game changer for me.
Yes.
Yeah. If I start with a chain, there's no way I'm doing anything other than back bump.
Absolutely.
That's right. That's right.
Cool.
Where are we at? We're at me, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. So use a smaller hook to weave in the ends if you do not have a darning needle. I've never tried this, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
So if you can't find a darning needle and you're using like a 5.5 millimeter, also known as an eye, then grab an E-hook.
That's right.
Grab a 3.5 millimeter, and then you can weave that yarn through your stitches. Just grab a hook. That way you can weave in your end and you don't have to worry about hunting out the darning needle.
That's right. That's right. And I have found that that's what a lot of I use my steel hooks for, that I don't crochet much with anymore. I mean, they're great for going in there and pulling through, especially in amigurumi.
Yes.
That's where I really find that it's better than using the a darning needle.
Yeah. And if you are going to go the darning needle route, my favorite is the clover one that has a bit of a bend.
Yes. Yes.
It's much easier to get it in and out again.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yes.
And again,
the metal bit.
Especially if you're doing amigurumi. You know, you're going around in a circle, you're attaching an arm or something. Just that little bit of bend there in the end is so nice. It really is.
100%.
Yes. Use a folded piece of paper to thread your needle. It works wonders.
Yes, it does.
Never even thought of that. Huh.
That's a great one to add to our list.
Yeah.
All right, Maureen, you're next.
Ooh. Sorry, I was reading a comment. Oh, yes. Now, I am notorious for leaving. Well, let me back up. I start with a long tail on every project. I will start with a very long tail. And then, even if I'm cutting yarn to change to another color or something, I leave a long tail. I'm not one of those for crocheting over my tail as I go, simply because I like the method of going, you know, this way one way, going this way, and then either up or down to lock my yarn tail in. So I leave a long tail. A minimum, what I've always been told, 4 inches. Sometimes my tails can be pretty long, because I want to make sure that I have enough yarn to secure it back in my stitches and it doesn't come out.
Yeah, normally mid-project, I'll crochet over the first like 3 or 4, but then still leave the tail afterwards.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, that might work.
I do. I crochet over like 3 or 4 stitches and then I stop. Now, I leave my tail 6 inches long, and it doesn't matter if I'm knitting or I'm crocheting. A minimum of 4 inches is what I would tell people, 4 or 10 centimeters, either one. But I definitely leave 6 inches tails at the beginning and at the end, even in amigurumi, because I don't want to run out of tail.
No.
And I want to make sure I have plenty of room to weave this way, up, down, diagonal, wherever, because I don't want my ends coming out.
No.
And especially if you're using like a lacy pattern, you got to get creative.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's why you want that long tail there.
Yeah.
Very important to have that long tail. You do both ways depending upon what you're making. Absolutely. I am very picky about that.
So even if I use the magic knot, whatever, I am such an untrusting person. I trust nothing.
I don't normally cut the ends off of the magic knot. I leave them.
I don't. Yep.
100%.
I do.
That's where we become as a people. We're so untrusting.
I save every single yarn scraps. Those 2 little pieces I dropped off right here, I will pick them up. I save every single yarn scrap. I have a little container in here. Well, it's a container that I keep all my yarn scraps in. And I stuff my amigurumis with them.
Yep.
Now, I put polyfill in, and then I put the yarn scraps, and then I put polyfill around that. I don't waste anything. I don't throw away yarn tails. I save all of it.
And I'll tell you something about your yarn scraps. By putting it in your amigurumis, it gives structure. It really does. I like to use it a lot in my head, especially once I get it to the shape that I want it. And then I will go around that with the polyfill. The same way with the legs and the arms. I mean, folks, I will stuff that with yarn scraps before I will with the polyfill, especially if it needs to be rigid.
Yeah. Arrow lover.
Oh, well, there you go, Dawn.
Hello, Arrow lover. How are you?
Hey, Margie.
I do suggest, if you're going to use your yarn tails and scraps, though, is having like those knee-high stockings handy.
Yes.
So they don't like poke out.
Yeah.
I make sure that there's at least, this much stuffing all the way around. So they can't.
That's what I was going to say.
Out. Yeah. And Sherry leaves a 6-inch yarn tail, which makes perfect sense. Divergent said if I'm making a beanie top down, I will crochet completely over my yarn tails. Doing good. I hope you are too, sweetheart.
Yep.
I'm very, very particular about my yarn tails. And I save every scrap. So go ahead, Coco.
Yeah.
All right. Center pull your yarn to keep it from twisting unless you are using a yarn genie.
The yarn genie.
Oh,
you pull the yarn from the outside.
Yeah.
But I always center pull.
Well,
always.
Center pull.
I'm going to tell you something about the center pull, and it has made me rethink, and I'll tell you why. Someone made the suggestion that they had always used center pull. They would dig and dig to try to find that center pull. But think about this for just a minute. If you're using a manufactured yarn, like this skein right here, that I'm going to show you with here in just a little bit.
Yeah.
And you do the center pull. You know what you're doing whenever you're pulling it from the center? You are stretching your yarn when you're pulling it from out of there. I had not either. And they immediately switched to crocheting with the yarn from the outside.
Wow.
And so I have been converted to being pulling it from the outside rather than the inside.
Yeah, you just.
I guess it depends how tightly it's spun too, how it's wound.
Yes.
Sometimes it's super loose, and I will rarely crochet directly from the yarn ball. I'll pull out.
Yes, I do that too. I do that too.
Yeah.
But stop and think about right there in the beginning. When you're working with a new skein and you're pulling it, you're adding that exactly, meanwhile, Dawn, you're adding tension.
Yeah.
And
I also
of course,
heard
we all know
if you are a center puller, that anything below a 3-weight yarn, you're more likely to get yarn barf knots.
Yes, that's the other thing.
There you go. That's a good idea. Yeah. It does depend on which direction it's spun.
That's right.
I may have been converted just now.
But Suzanne says she uses the Yarn Genie.
I do pull out a wad of it before I crochet.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. But now, like I said, I've been converted to you going from the outside.
Yeah, it makes total sense. But I have too much dog hair around my place to deal with that. So I'm just like, stick it in a bag, center pull.
Yeah, I do have a yarn too.
Yeah.
I have no idea what just happened. It got so quiet out of nowhere.
Well, Suzanne said she uses a Yarn Genie, and I said I do too, but not for every project.
Okay.
Yes.
Meemaw Dawn says, I've also been told that if your yarn is splitting, try yarn under for your stitches. Yes, and also if you find your yarn splitting, try using a different brand hook.
Yes, that makes a big difference. A different brand hook.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. I find Furls, Susan Bates types yarns split yarn more than Boy and Clover.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, it's more rounded, whereas the other ones are more pointy, so you're more likely to go through the yarn strand.
I don't like a Boy hook. I just don't like it. My daughter loves it, but I don't. I'm a Bates girl.
We know I'm a Bates girl, but I will switch hooks if my yarn is splitting. I'll switch to a Clover, and it works fine. It makes, it's crazy, but it works.
Yeah, and some yarn is just splittier than others. Like
that's right.
What you gotta do.
Or bamboo instead of steel. That's true. That is true. I didn't think about that. That is interesting. All right, Maureen.
Use an ergonomic hook to save on your hand strain. Now, I don't. Is the Furls hook an ergonomic hook?
Yeah,
it is. Okay. Well, I didn't switch to the Furls because it's an ergonomic hook. I just thought they were pretty, and I loved their designs. I mean, I love the fact. For me, I crochet high on the shaft of the hook anyway. I've never been one that crocheted really close. Yeah, like a pencil holder does.
I really crochet.
I mean, like a knife holder does. I've always, that's how I write with my pencils. There's, quite a bit of shaft down here between my fingers and the paper. So I really like this, and I find that it's balanced very nicely in my hand. That's the only reason why I switched to a Furls. Because I've never used the little, indented places on the Bates hooks. I never held my hook there. It was very uncomfortable for me, and I don't know why. So by going up on the shaft, I felt like, for me, I had a lot more control on my hook without having to use those indents. And so, but yes, if you find that you're getting a lot of hand strain, and it's not just in here in the space between your thumb and your first finger, but in your wrist, and even some folks have talked about it, running up towards their elbow. Look into changing your hook. And I mean the type of hook. A lot of folks love the Clovers. The Clover Moors, because there you go. Because they have that nice cushioning on them.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got like a thumb place. And also, like, if you don't want to change your hook and you love your hooks, try, it might not work with a pen holder, but if you're a knife holder and you're holding it like this, try loosening it up. Just try, and just like, all I'm moving really are my fingers to twist my, I'm twisting my hook, I'm pulling, twisting my hook and pulling.
Right.
And there's no strain at all. And another thing is if you have a chair that you use where you can adjust the arms independently or prop, because this hand is always higher than the other.
Right.
So I'll have one arm of my chair or prop it up higher.
On a pillow.
Yeah.
That's the way my grandma did. She always had a pillow under her right hand.
Propped up on a blanket right now.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It's just easier. So while we're talking about the ergonomic hooks, choose your ergonomic hook that is best for your grip.
Yes.
Whether you are a knife holder, which you can say knife holder, or you are a pencil holder.
Mm-hmm.
You need to choose it based upon your grip, because there is a type of hook called an Addy swing. Addy swing hooks will not work for a pencil holder.
Huh.
So, oh yeah, it's the way it's made. It's made like an S. So choose your hooks based upon the type of grip you have. So
I'll be darned.
These hooks will work for both. And
see,
go ahead.
Well, wait a minute. I was going to say, now this may not bother any of you other pencil holders, but I do not own a hook from Furls or anybody else that has the beautiful little, you've got some of them, Froggies. Yes, the little lumpies, the nice. Yeah, a lumpy hook. Yeah, I believe knife holders like those a lot because, their fingers will just wrap around in those little valleys.
You can't do this. This is not meant for a pencil holder.
No, it's not.
This is meant for a knife holder.
Yeah.
This is an old hook from Lather Co. And this is not meant for a pencil holder.
No. It'd be nice to collect, but that'd be it.
That would be it. So, no. All right, a real quick
Perfect
tip.
for those that crochet too fast and launch their hooks.
So,
yeah, I've done that.
This is a real quick tip for the visually impaired. If you are visually impaired, you can always get a marker and write your size so you can read it. There you go. There we go. Now it's Coco.
Oh, DC says, as a pencil holder, I don't want weight on the back.
That's right.
Well, that's probably because you crochet a lot closer to the tip than I do. I crochet back here, so I want that weight.
Yeah, that's kind of why I like the clovers. They weigh nothing. It does not slow me down. There's no drag. I'm just.
Mm-hmm.
Me too, Sherry. Me too, Sherry. Me too.
Okay.
All right.
This is a good tip for anyone that is traveling on a plane. You're not sure. Can I bring my little scissors? Whatever, is nail clippers instead of scissors to clip your tails and stuff.
Yeah. Whether you're on a cruise ship or an airplane, you might not be able to take, your beautiful. It's hard to pick them up. They're there. You might not be able to take these, and they will confiscate them and throw them away.
That's right.
They will toss them, and then you have no scissors. Take your nail clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Granny D, darling.
Hello, Granny D. We hope you enjoyed your time with your brother and daughter.
We love you too. Mwah.
Mwah. I hope you have a great time. I do. So, yeah, nail clippers are a must-have. I do have nail clippers in here. I keep them. Believe it or not, these are for my yarn. I do not cut nails with these. These are for when I cannot find my scissors. They are dedicated to yarn and yarn only.
And that's another good tip, folks. And I'm sure you know this, but if you don't, we're going to tell you. Make sure that your scissors that you use for your yarn, everybody knows these are your yarn scissors, and they are not to cut paper, not
heads
to cut
will
tape.
roll.
That's right. Heads will roll.
Well, that's why, that's why I have these. I'll show you. See, I have paper scissors and I have crochet scissors. They look completely different,
Mm-hmm.
Paper, crochet.
Yeah.
And yes, I have crochet nail clippers. I know that seems funny to you guys, but I do travel.
Mm-hmm.
And they're dedicated to straight crochet. I don't cut my nails.
Meemaw Dawn says, my hubby learned the hard way. Mine did too.
Now, in order for them to stay sharp, I can only cut yarn with them. If I cut my nails with the clippers, they won't work no more. Yes, you have to bodily harm.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And fabric.
And I keep wanting to get those clover necklaces with the yarn cutters built in.
Uh-huh.
I keep forgetting when it comes time I need it. I'm like, I forgot to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you do not mix fabric and yarn scissors. Two different things.
No. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yes. So if you plan on traveling, grab a pair of nail clippers and dedicate them only to your yarn.
That's right. Make sure they're brand new.
Yeah, brand new, please.
Where are we at? Are we at
we're on to Maureen.
We're on to Maureen.
Oh. Just a minute. Oh, yeah, this is, I mean, we've said this a lot. I'm sure you've heard it as well, but make sure that you get enough yarn for your project and make sure that you check the yarn label to look for the same dye lot. I mean, I know it's really easy to get just one skein of yarn and say, I'm just going to make a hat with this. And most of the time, one skein of yarn will make a hat. I mean, but if you're going to make a hat and a scarf, you're looking at 2 to 3, sometimes 4, depending on the size of your scarf. But don't just reach in there and pull out, say, oh yeah, these look good, and put them in there. Check your dye lots, because even though it may look good right out here or right here, what's going on in the inside here may not look the same once you start working with it. So make sure that you always check your dye lots whenever you're buying enough yarn for your projects.
Yeah. And just as a general rule for me, I always buy Cardi quantities. If I like a yarn, I'm buying 5, the general like large skeins, 10 if it's a small skein, just in case it wants to be as Cardi.
Yes. Yep.
Yes. And like Sherry said, make sure you check the pattern to make sure you have enough yarn.
Oh, yeah. And I always add like 1 or 2 extras. I mean, I know I'm a tight crocheter, so most of the time I have yarn left over. But I will get extra because sometimes my gauge, I have to change my hook because I am such a tight crocheter. My swatch won't match what theirs is, so therefore I have to go up a hook size. Well, if I got to go up a hook size, you know what that means. I'm going to be using more yarn. So I always do 2 to 3 extra skeins.
Yeah. And I also ran into this too. I was mid-blanket, and they stopped making the yarn I was using.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I had to add a new color stripe.
Look at the people that were using Jazzy, and they switched up the color of Jazzy.
Oh, yes, that's right.
And it was totally different than Jazzy. And like Divergent said, paying a lot more, you'll be paying a lot more, when you're desperate for the yarn, because the resellers are always more expensive.
Yes, that's right.
And now my tip is, while you're reading that yarn label for that dye lot, read that yarn label for the details about how to care for that yarn, because you never know when they may have changed.
That is right.
So check that yarn label and check the details on it, because you don't know if it's changed on its weight, its yardage, meterage, its care instructions, where it's made. Check it, because you don't know if things have changed.
Yeah. And also I've noticed like anything with a solid color has always more yardage than a variegated or stripy or whatever.
Yes, sure does.
It does. So read your yarn label. And if you can't read your yarn label, let us know. We'll go over it again.
Yeah.
There isn't a TFF episode about reading yarn labels.
Yeah.
Now it's Coco's turn.
Alrighty. And use a stitch marker to designate the right side of your project. There's the right side and the inside, or the, the hidden side. Just so you know, when you're putting your pieces together, you know which side to match up with what side.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, yeah, because what if you have a knot you need to hide? You need to know how to put it on the front.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree. They should provide wraps per inch, but they don't.
Yeah.
And Maureen.
Yeah. We all love the really pretty stitch markers. We all do. And we also buy them and collect them. But folks, how many of us really use those pretty stitch markers? For me, a lot of times I use there you go.
Stitch markers.
Diaper spins. I love the little metal circles.
Or I use
bobby pins are great. Mm-hmm. Bobby pins. Yeah. Paper clips are good. Mm-hmm. And folks, the good old reliable piece of yarn.
I do use the piece of yarn probably 9 times out of 10.
Mm-hmm. I use it a lot in my amigurumis, or when I'm working in a circle, I'll use it a lot for that.
But when I've been in public and I didn't have any of that stuff with me, I've taken off my earring and used it.
Yep.
I'll often use the nice ones when I'm putting my project away for a bit, and it'll often have like the hook size on it, just so I know.
Right.
But mid-project, if it's something I'm going to need to move row after row, I'll use the spiral one because it's easy. Nothing's clipped.
I love the spiral ones.
I'll use the locky ones.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, Granny D uses her pretty ones, and also, she displays her pretty ones and uses them to mark the right side of the project. I love that.
Yeah.
I do use the yarn more because I do a lot of amigurumi. I use the yarn in the amigurumi.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's always a different color. But I have about 1,000 pretty stitch markers.
I don't have that many, but I do have quite a collection. Yeah.
Yeah, I have about 1,000. And I'm not exaggerating. It's probably more.
And folks, really, if you have pierced ears and you've lost one of your earrings that has the wire, that hooks in there, that leftover one, if you ever wanted to know what to do with it, use it as a stitch marker.
Or check your UFOs to see if your missing earring is in one of those.
Yeah, there you go. That too.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I ended up doing with my earrings is I used them for stitch markers. Yeah, Granny D. Probably. Yeah. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. I'm being serious. It's just because I started collecting them. All right. So we all are trying to do cheaper alternatives to everything. And if you need something to keep, well, this is going to be the last tip. If you need something to keep your hooks and notions in, consider using a pencil case because it's probably cheaper than a notions pouch.
Oh, yes.
Do you have mine handy, Froggy? I use the big part for all my hooks. And then it's got a little zipper pocket on the outside.
I don't have it right here.
It's markers. But yeah, stitch markers, my scissors, my everything else is in the outer pocket.
I bought her new hooks because I had her.
She stole my pencil case.
No, my husband did. He thought it was mine. I was like, "Hey, mine, it's purple."
When have you seen me with a pencil case of clovers?
Why would I have that?
And the pencil holders come in different sizes, folks. There's some that are just about this big, some that are as big as the old-fashioned cigar boxes. They have little snap lids. Some of them even, in fact, a one-layer tackle box, that has little dividers and then one long tray. That makes also a great little container, especially if you're traveling somewhere. It'll hold 2 or 3 different hooks, some stitch markers, things like that for you. I mean, there's different things.
And definitely, Leslie, you can always make your own.
Yep.
Sorry. I'm trying to.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
But anyway, thank you guys
for digest today.
So, whose channel are we on next week?
Whose channel are we on this week?
Should be Froggy's.
Okay, we will be on my channel next week. We are going to be starting on the slipper. So I hope you guys will be there. Be there or be square. In the meantime, please stay safe, be kind to one another, and happy yarn. And then Maureen, I'm throwing it to you.
Okay, folks, thank you so much for being here. I hope you were able to pick up one little hack or tip. Always remember to be the light out there in the darkness for someone today, because you never know. Could be your light they're needing to see. And Coco?
Love y'all to bits. Thanks for coming week after week. Couldn't do it without you. Mwah.
That's right.
And I just passed my mic.
Bye.